Get your kaiju figures and more at Big Bad Toy Store. Check out the link in the description below. Hello there, collectors. It's Steven here once again with another Godzilla 2017 anime. Anime Godzilla review. This time the Banpresto lottery prize figure. Much like the Shin Godzilla figure last year, this figure is already highly sought after by fans due to the exclusive nature of it. But is it worth the investment? Let's take a look to see whether or not it's worth adding into your collection. First up, we're going to take a look at the kind of neat packaging. It's in a different sort of clamshell with a blue paper insert. Lots of tape on all sides. Though cool, the packaging is a bit oversized and not greatly designed. Again, it's cool, but not truly practical, especially for shipping purposes, but some will love it regardless. I really wasn't a fan of it for the shipping purposes, but at least it has a neat handle on it. Anyway, let's actually take a look at the figure here. Godzilla here actually looks really nice when it comes to the paint applications on the body and the sculpted details. Realistically speaking, aside from the monster arts, which I don't have yet, this is the most intricately designed figure of the design so far. But undoubtedly, we do have some issues. And yeah, they're pretty big, I would say. Now, I know I say that frequently, but just wait until we actually look at the dorsal plates. Let's kick things off by looking at the eyes, which to be honest are just kind of there, black lines. They're not impressive by any means, actually not looking centered correctly at all, but given the design, the pose, the location on the shelf, this might not be upsetting to many, or as a matter of fact, any at all. To be honest, the only reason why you're able to see them as well as you can here is due to the fact that I have a very high quality camera. Anyway, it's time for a windfall of good. Mostly. Yuji Sakai sculpted this one, and his attention to detail is clear as day. We have intense, deep grooves where appropriate. Did I mention the neat roaring action pose? Yeah, he's looking awesome. The paint application is also rather interesting and kinda sad. I don't know, it can be a mixed bag for some. You see, on the torso of G17 here, and the parts of him exposed to, say, the overhead sun, we have a nice green dry brushing. Well, I'd say it's pretty good. I think so. But the lower you go on the figure and the underside of different parts, like on his tail, the brushing fades away or simply isn't there. This is an odd choice, but it forces a unique style to the figure, which some might love. I have to say, this is definitely creative. Now the main issue with the figure. The way it's sitting in the packaging, unfortunately, the dorsal plates not only get bent, which is never awesome even though you could reheat them and mold them back into place easily enough, but another issue with the dorsal plates is that leftover plastic strands on them from the manufacturing process are present. That's not amazing, especially with the cost to get this one being up to $140. Anyway, not good. The last kinda issue for some vinyl collectors, namely X Plus fans, which this will appear to be an issue for, would be seams on the figure. They're not for articulation, the figure doesn't move in any spot, and they're kinda notable on this one. Honestly, for me, it's not a big deal. This is just one of those things where I'm calling it as I'm seeing it there because I know it's an issue that some don't like, but there are some who will simply pass on the figure for that issue alone. Overall, he looks nice, but he does have some not-so-hot drawbacks. Now, you're probably asking, how does he support himself? Well, there's a little plastic stand included, and the stand sits under his tail at this spot here. And it's very stable, super stable. Like, you don't have to worry about this figure falling over at all with that support stand. If you use it correctly, that thing is staying attached. Well, the review's pretty much over since there's no articulation section, and I pretty much covered the accessory, so here's a size comparison with some other kaiju figures. This is definitely a big boy. So, you know the drill. Buy now, skip, or wait for a deal. G17 looks really good with some unfortunate drawbacks. This figure's strongest aspect would be the unique shading and the pose. Very fierce. If you're a fan of the design and you want a big G17 figure and you don't necessarily want to wait for the X Plus or something else coming down the line, then this is worth keeping an eye on. If not, well, it's an easy skip. Well, folks, that's the end of this review. Thanks for watching, and be sure to follow me on social media to catch more behind-the-scenes shenanigans and updates. The end card should be popping up now with more hand-selected STR goodness for you to watch, so check out some of those videos. Be sure to check the description too to see where you can buy this figure or others like it, and some cool links like the credits for this video and other ways you can help out the channel. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch ya in the next one.